Every man faces battles that no one sees. In relationships, these battles aren't just with others, they're within ourselves. The struggle to stay true to who we are while navigating the expectations of others. Too often, men bend to the pressure, losing themselves in the process. But what if I told you there's a different path? A path that's not about pleasing others, but about mastering yourself. A path inspired by ancient Stoic philosophy, a way of life that's been followed for centuries by some of the greatest minds in history. In this video, we're diving into the 9 things men should never do with women, not because it's a list of rules, but because these principles are designed to protect your mind, your peace, and your purpose. These are the lessons that will help you stand firm in a world that constantly pulls you in different directions. 1. Stop changing yourself for others. Stand strong. How many times have you found yourself trying to be someone you're not, just to make someone else happy? You wear clothes you don't like, you say things that don't feel right, all in an effort to fit into someone else's world. But here's the truth, my friend. You'll never be good enough for the wrong person. You will always be too much or too little for someone who doesn't see your value. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in being unwavering. You don't change for others, you evolve for yourself. When you try to morph into what someone else wants, you lose the very essence of who you are. And that, my friend, is a battle you'll never win. Stop seeking validation from outside sources. Instead, focus on your own growth. When you stand firm in who you are, the right people will be drawn to your authenticity. You don't need to fit into their mold. You need to break free from it. 2. Don't lose yourself by over-focusing on someone. We've all been there, lost in someone else's life. You become so obsessed with their every move that you forget about your own journey. You check their social media first thing in the morning, you wait for their texts, you prioritize their needs over your own. But here's the catch. When you invest all your energy into someone else, you drain your own tank. Stoicism teaches us to be disciplined with our focus. You should be building your life, not getting lost in someone else's. Relationships aren't about losing yourself in the other person. They're about growing together while still maintaining your own identity. If all your energy is spent trying to please someone else, then who's taking care of you? Refocus your attention, chase your own dreams, pursue your own passions, because the right person will complement your life, not consume it. 3. Protect your mind. Your peace is priceless. Your peace is sacred. In this world, there will be people, partners, friends, even family, who will try to pull you into their chaos. They'll provoke you, test you, push your buttons until you react. But reacting to their chaos only brings you down to their level. Stoicism reminds us that we have control over one thing and one thing only, our minds. You don't have to engage in every battle. You don't have to participate in every argument. Your peace of mind is worth more than winning an argument or proving a point. Protect it fiercely. The moment you let someone disrupt your peace, you give them power over your life. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their storm, remember, you don't have to go. Stay calm, stay grounded. Your peace is priceless. 4. Stay connected. Don't abandon friends or family. In the excitement of a new relationship, it's easy to get lost. You start spending all your time with that one person, and slowly you drift away from your support system, your family, your friends, the people who have been there for you long before this relationship ever existed. But here's the truth. Relationships come and go, but true friendships and family ties, they are timeless. Stoicism teaches us to value the people who have stood by us through thick and thin. Don't abandon them just because you're caught up in the rush of something new. The people who truly care for you are the ones who will still be there when the dust settles. Nurture those connections. Don't take them for granted. 5. Guard your time. Don't overinvest in someone else. Time is your most valuable resource, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. So why waste it waiting for someone who doesn't value it? How many hours, days, or even weeks have you spent waiting for a message, waiting for someone to reciprocate your effort? You overinvest your time in someone else, hoping they'll give you the same energy in return, but too often they don't. Stoicism teaches us to be deliberate with our time. Your life is yours to live, and every moment you spend waiting for someone who isn't giving you the same energy is a moment wasted. Don't overinvest in people who don't value your time. Invest in yourself, build your own world, and if someone wants to be a part of it, they'll meet you halfway. 6. Your past is yours. Share it wisely. Your past is a part of you, but it's not for everyone to know. Some people will ask about your history out of curiosity, but not everyone deserves to know the details of your journey. Your past is sacred. It's the foundation of who you are today, but sharing it with the wrong person can lead to manipulation, judgment, or even emotional harm. Stoicism teaches us the importance of discretion. You don't owe anyone your past, especially not in the early stages of a relationship. Share your story wisely with people who have earned your trust and who understand its weight, because once your past is out there, it can never be taken back. 7. Never expect someone to complete you. We all want connection, but there's a dangerous myth we've been sold. The idea that someone else will complete us, that once we find the right person, all our problems will disappear and we'll finally be whole. But that's not how it works, my friend. No one can complete you. You are already whole. Stoicism teaches us to be self-reliant. If you rely on someone else to make you happy, you give them control over your emotions. And when they leave, they take that happiness with them. True fulfillment comes from within. Build your own life. Pursue your own happiness. When you're complete on your own, you're not looking for someone to fix you. You're looking for someone to share your journey with. 8. Always be ready to walk away. Your self-respect is non-negotiable. There will come a time when someone asks you to betray yourself, whether it's through manipulation, disrespect, or emotional games. In these moments, your response will define who you are. Will you bend to their will just to keep them in your life, or will you walk away, preserving your self-respect? Stoicism teaches us to hold our ground. Your self-respect is non-negotiable. It's better to walk away with your dignity intact than to stay in a relationship where you lose pieces of yourself. Be ready to walk away at any moment, because the person who truly values you will never ask you to sacrifice your self-respect for their benefit. 9. Avoid letting external validation control your actions. In the modern world, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, especially from women, to feel worthy or important. But as a Stoic, you understand that true self-worth is internal, not based on the opinions or approval of others. Letting external validation dictate your actions is dangerous. It makes you vulnerable to manipulation and can lead you to compromise your values for temporary praise or admiration. Imagine you're in a situation where you start dating someone and everything seems perfect, until you notice yourself constantly trying to win her approval. You begin making decisions not based on your own beliefs, but on what you think she'll like or what will make her happy. Maybe you dress differently or change your behavior, hoping she'll notice or compliment you. Over time, you lose a sense of who you really are. Your actions aren't aligned with your true self, but instead are based on a desperate need for approval, which only leads to insecurity and anxiety. Now, let's look at how a Stoic man would handle this situation. He's grounded, self-assured, and knows that his worth doesn't depend on whether someone approves of him or not. He acts with integrity and makes decisions based on his internal principles, not to gain admiration or validation. He doesn't need someone to tell him he's valuable. He already knows his value comes from within. If someone appreciates him for who he truly is, great. If not, he remains unshaken because external opinions don't control his actions or define his worth. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is understanding that we cannot control how others perceive us, but we can control how we act and react. A Stoic seeks to detach from the desire for validation from external sources. As Epictetus said, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." Stoic philosophy teaches us that by focusing on our own values and actions, we free ourselves from the need for approval and live authentically. The next time you feel the urge to seek validation from others, stop and reflect. Ask yourself if your actions are aligned with your true values or if you're simply trying to win approval. Remember, external validation is fleeting and unreliable. But when you live according to your own principles, you gain a sense of inner peace and confidence that no one can take away from you. Stoicism isn't about being cold or detached. It's about being strong in your values, your purpose, and your peace. In relationships, it's not about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself. Remember these 9 principles, my friend, and you'll find that the love you attract will be a reflection of the love you have for yourself. True love isn't about losing yourself in someone else. It's about 2 people standing side by side, whole and complete, growing together without ever needing to change who they are at the core.